title, The Unapologetic Negropean Mindset. The man left me no choice. Yeah, I watched it. I watched it. Unapologetic. I watched it. Some good brothers doing some good work. I can't confirm nor deny what he's putting out there, but the brothers doing some good work. Today again, the Martin Luther King thing getting late on the night. I'm doing this one now because I didn't get a chance to do it last night. Saturday morning. It's live because I couldn't do it last night. and Natasha was right. I'm about to start just doing things just on the radio as well. Things don't work right, just keep it going. YouTube camera was up. Let me do what I need to do. Mosquito. How's everything going over there in the UK for you, brother? Hope everything's good. YouTube. All right, you know what time it is when you hear that sound. I want to say welcome back to everybody to the Black Hot Fire Network Show. I'm your host, Mr. Black Hot Fire, always on that ass. We're now broadcasting live from the homeland of the United States, all the way over to the motherland of Africa. We are truly one of the only international radio programs, and that's what's up. I want to give a shout out to everybody watching on Facebook, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Instagram, everybody on Twitter/Periscope, everybody listening to us on the flagship station, Black Hot Fire Network.com. So come on in and get your feet ready. Let's go. Here we go. Woo! Black Hot Fire. Come on. Here we go. Whatever platform you're looking at us on, please come in and smash that like button. Don't be shy, it's free. Smash that like button for a brother. Subscribe to the channel, follow the page, and wherever you're at. It's all good in the black neighborhood. Come on. Black Hot Fire. Storm clouds are brewing. Storm clouds are brewing. You might not like it. Black Hot Fire. Come on. Get a little bit of that H2O, baby. Want to hear my voice halfway back to decent, ain't it? My voice takes so much abuse. Black Hot Fire. I don't know, we're gonna fire the shots. Black Hot Fire. Here we go, here we go, here we go. talk to the local. Of course, we're going to have Cammy, Spike, and Maria there, the staff. Like I find different African staff on the ground with you, right? So there'll be no problem with language barriers at all. But it would be you taking it upon yourself and learn this African language because you're going to be able to interact with the people yourself. That's the reason why we go back to Africa, right? The reason why I do what I do. I want to thank everybody for the recent donations. Please, hit the cash app. I know, go to the website, donate at the website, whatever you do, because all that money, doesn't go, we put it back into what we do. Everybody was asking me, why can't you pay for lodging this year like you usually do? I could not, and I understood. I understand the most people can't give the amount of donations that we did in previous years. That's why I couldn't, afford to pay everybody's lodging this year, right? I just couldn't do it. I wanted to do it, but we found a reasonable price for everyone. And shout out to everybody's already sent me your itinerary, your travel itinerary. Appreciate it. Make sure we're all ready. But just to have money. Touching down in Portsmouth, well, and then April 19th, Oakland Island, Zanzibar. So, if you still want to talk, you can email jcnews@gmail.com. It's a experience you want to have, right? Like I said, I'm going to use this unapologetic Negro as my segue into explaining I'm afraid that we may be done here in this country. I try to think logically everything else. I talk as I see. And yes, am I being one? Yes, I'm like work all the way. I don't just say it, I live it. Now they got some new sweet shit called the FDA. Bro, that talk about me, the FDA. Let's have an FDA fight, but I said it. I want that smoke. See me anytime you want it. I want the smoke. You can't come from a white woman's womb. I'm sorry. We call it foundational black American. Again, that's just oxymoronic. You can't come from a white woman's womb and be a foundational black American. I'm a foundational black American. Yeah, my family's been here forever. So if I can check my background, I'm not a desert. I don't have any separation between us and African people, right? Which I always want to make a caveat behind that when you have these other individuals going so hard against other black people within our world community. The same divide and conquer nonsense that the European used. And I have no division of the African people. We hire African people. We are in Africa. So I can't hate the people that work for me. Get that? Can't hate the people that work for me. Of course, for some cool, some Africans off cold. You got some Americans that are off cold. Geography has nothing to do whether you're going to be on cold, whether you're righteous or not. Some black Americans, some black Africans are cold. Sadly enough, because of their circumstances and what they choose to follow. Like this unapologetic Negropean that we're about to talk about. Right? Like this unapologetic Negropean who doesn't know the society that he's been born and raised in, that he's been bred in. And this is the problem with a lot of black people. Nothing to do. I'm sure he's not a tether. I'm sure he's an FBA or an ADOS or whatever. Silly ass nomenclature you want to keep yourself down. And the nomenclature silly, you're damn right silly. Because at the end of the day, the Europeans see black people as the one big thing. I'm going to do that. That's right. That's just, I've been everywhere. And that's how they see it. One big thing. They don't differentiate who this, who that, who this. Play that tribal shit. When they implement their wicked ass white supremacist system on black people globally. I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. And none of our master scholars would agree with none of this goofy shit they're talking about. From Amos Wilson to my favorite, Dr. John Henry Clark, would agree with none of this tribal shit. And I'm going to say that shit that they're doing. So you guys can hear me on the other channel? Can you guys hear me now? You guys go over to the other channel there. Can you guys hear me now? We'll go over to the other channel there. Go over to the other channel. These channels seem to have got a different forte going on. All right, here we go. You guys messing my flow up where I was at. Now, like I'm saying, sadly enough, it's too loud. All right, give me better now. Be able to maybe my microphone's not loud enough. Stop sending me messages, Natasha. I'm busy. All right, you guys. I know you guys hear me over there. They tell me they couldn't hear me on the other channel. I know you guys hear me on this channel. Back on the other channel, they said they couldn't hear me clearly. All right. I know you guys hear me on this channel. Like I said, we got numerous channels up: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter/Periscope, and the radio station. So, and on all podcasting stations. So we're everywhere from our own personal radio station, you know, and also Spotify is bringing all the other podcasts. So hopefully you guys, I'm glad you guys did tell me because it might not be clear. My microphone might not have been loud enough on the other platform. So it's all good. It's all good. We'll make it do what we do. Because, you know, these platforms are taking us down. You know, so you must be an unapologetic Negro to step on any of these platforms to begin with, right? To step on any platforms to begin with. So, like I was saying, when you grew up in a system designed to oppress you and to keep down your better nature, and keep you from evolving into the individual that the Creator has meant you to be. The system is wicked, and you, as a 40-something-year-old man, should have already come to that conclusion. But you've been living in a bubble of nonsense, right? Like I said, yes, I agree that we built the system, built the country without a doubt. You know, they'll lie about it. You know, one thing the European does, he obfuscates history, right? Obfuscates, because everything benefits his power, goes in to benefit his power. Lies of history, all these lies you hear about them, they're everybody. They're everybody's culture now. They're the American Indian, they're the Moors, they're the ancient Egyptians, they're everybody. And they do it without blinking an eye, because I told you you're dealing with a psychopath, right? I forgot the brother's name. I probably need to step in here and go get the brother's book. By the time how he did a psychological analysis on the European, he called them a psychopath. We don't know nature. It's not everything. Oh, they keep raising their children. They keep raising their children. They keep raising their children and teaching these things. No, but you're naturally a psychopath. That's your nature. That's your nature. Nothing about what you've been taught as a child. That becomes your nature. It's your nature. Right? Psychopathic behavior has been displayed all over the planet. And the problem with black people, with all the pride, and we're going to talk about that tonight. We'll go back into the MLK nonsense. Glad the brother put it out. I've done it already before, but I'll do it again. Just to refresh when we talk about the civil rights movement that destroyed black people here in America. Destroyed. And it was meant to do that very thing. I said it years ago, people got mad crying off emotion. Black people are emotional. We don't research anything. We refuse to reverse engineer anything. thing I've always taught you. You reverse anything and everything that the European brings. If he's bringing it to you, he say, hey, this is great. It's not. You reverse engineer it. You'll find the fuckery within it. Understand that? You'll find where the trick bag lies. Every time. Because he only brings things that benefit him and his power. His power. Okay? You understand that? Always to keep dominance. Never, your nature is to try to love everyone. That's the African nature. Love everyone, treat everyone with equality. That's your nature. And you display that, and you have displayed that worldwide. And to his images in his media, he's destroyed you, right? Anybody want to call in? Anybody want to call in? Number 850. You guys want to call? I forgot about. Anybody want to call in? Numbers 850-368-9102. Feel free to call in and voice your opinion, right? Feel free to voice your opinion. I keep forgetting the brother's name. Talk about the psychopathic right? There's all kind of heinous things that black people can't fathom, can never wrap their mind around the nature. Even though you've seen it carried out in history, you still don't want to accept it. They bring genocide. They brought genocide here to the United States. What was the United States? And they gave people here small pox blankets so they could wipe them out. Create a genetic suicide, homicide, genocide, genocide the whole people over in Tasmania. They're funny. Can't find a Tasmanian today. Your white people call themselves Tasmanians. Ain't that funny? No feeling that they genocided the whole peaceful race of people. I already told you about Australia when they did what? They got what they call a rabbit fencing, right? When they decided to take over Australia and completely change the genetic makeup of the black indigenous there, the Aboriginal there, to wipe them out, either kill them and murder them, or genetically breed them out of existence. So you're talking about a psychopath. And when you're not talking about this history, everybody's all the same. You're breeding them. You live and breathe with these people. You got an unapologetic Negropean mindset. And I told you about the role of the bastard, as John Henry Clark said, in history. That's why you think that. I used to think that as well, growing up in the system, not knowing, going to college, and being bred in the system. I thought we just got to show who we are. I think I liberal, very liberal, with interracial marriage. Told you my brother married a white man. My father married a white woman after he divorced my mother. One of the most, and even after the wicked behavior that she gave to me and my brothers, I still was liberal. Look up, baby. I want to identify, not put everybody in the bad pile, right? That's just one white woman. Everybody white can't be all bad. I'm doing the same thing. Everybody can't be all bad, because that's the situation that we're raised in due to their media. Their media is mass propaganda. White people are great. They do no harm. They're great white hope. They're Jesus, Allah. Black people downtrodden, stupid, ridiculous, no good, dirty. You grow up with these distorted images in your head. It fed mass propaganda from the very society. You've been raised by mass propaganda every day. Black people. Taught to hate yourself. Taught to even hate your own appearance. What the all has created you to be. You are the original man and woman on this planet. And the all makes me creative. All makes no mistakes. So he made you first. First among everybody. So when I say you're the first to create mathematics, you're the first to create architecture, you're the first to create the sciences. That's a fact. Other people people want to partly obfuscate that, or they want to put their faces on it. What they do, unapologetic, right? When they do it unapologetically. Then you'll get some goopy ass unapologetic Negropean go along with the lies that he's been told from the dominant society. Get that? So, like I said, I was liberal in my But like I said, growing up in this thing, was I liberal about interracial? I figured, hey, that's one vice versa, right? I didn't understand the pathology of the people I was dealing with. I thought it was all just, this one was wicked. This one was no damn good. Not understanding the past and the history, how they have a lot of children. Created Jackson before black people. What you want to study them, right? Change you, especially if you're already Negropean in mindset, right? Get this thing right here. Okay, now. Especially if you're Negropean mindset. Now, a lot of you guys know I was in the United States Marine Corps, right? One of the most racist institutions on the planet. Only racist. The view, the crowd, the Marine Corps, but all European military systems, if anybody be honest about it, feel wicked ass racist. That's America. You go back in history, see that when the black people were dying, none of us understood our ancestors, our great grandparents died to go fight in the white man's war. washing dishes, shining shoes, all kind of remedial shit. Put out somebody's clothes, iron it, you're supposed to be in this military. And the only time you really got to focus up on support because they needed your manpower. Because back to the South was winning that movement, right? And all the wicked powers and the white man and them allies with wanted to come in and destroy the United States. Already talking. That's why they British from the North, from Canada, the French from the South of Mexico want to converge on the United States and destroy and take it over to support the wicked ass South in slavery. Where we go from here? Guys into a mindset. Everything to benefit their power. Their power comes from not getting goddamn equality. That's why black people been crying for the last 400 years. Been 400 years fighting and struggling. They never see the now you've been getting incremental. Oh, you've been getting incremental benefits, incremental justice. Funny. From the people that's supposed to look like your God, your fake Jesus, I'm talking your fake white Jesus. They only give you incremental humanity. Is that funny? They're only allowed to give you incremental humanity. Your humanity got to be instead incremental. They can't give you full-fledged humanity in the country that you built. You built it. Obviously, lies about the Chinese and the Hispanics built the country. There was no damn Asians here in America enough numbers to build no real world. They built the last part of it from over the west back to San Francisco. Take down by black people. Built this country. Pull out back. But after we built it, then we let it go. You know, let us go. Never think we did they fucking change the narrative that they freed us and white people decided not to do bad things and free black people. I've already told you, taught you. They couldn't enslave you and force in this country. From the Geechee and the Gullah and the black Seminoles, go down white. Go down the road in Tallahassee. That white, the emblem on the Tallahassee, the Florida Seminoles are white people. You're talking about psychopaths. Psychopaths. They take everything and make it right. That's what they do. They whitewash history. Allow to what? Prevail their power into the future. Right? So they'll come up with a...
You are a function of this total galaxy. The real deep down you is the whole universe.
All their goofy fake ass movies, which are never propaganda. And him growing up...
Your living organism and all its behavior. It's expressing it as a singer sings a song.
Yeah. Because never in this country they would make me Negropean. Was I a Negropean? I think I was a Negropean growing up. I love it in unapologetic. Was I knew I was a Negropean. I said, hey, I gotta do some changes. Something right. Right? So was I a Negro? Yeah. Of course. You can't be nothing but a Negro when you brought up in this system. Come on. You can't be nothing but a Negro when you find your way out of the system. Right? You're affected by the propaganda like everyone else. So Sexuality ain't bad. It's okay. You know, live it, let live. Yeah, you do your thing. To understand it, it's destroying the very fiber of your humanity. It's denying you your African-centered humanity. Because that's what it's designed to do. To genocide you from within and from without. Understand that? From within and from without. That's how wickedly brilliant. I'm going to tell you, white supremacists, brilliant. Wickedly brilliant. Wickedly brilliant. Right? So back to what I said about the Civil War. So now all these goofy movies that tell you how the white man decided, and they choose to believe the lie. The other masses of white people, that's why I can't see. I ain't got time. I told you, everybody white is bad because that be stupid. There's no 100% of anything. Do I have time to pick out the few good ones when they're waging war against me and my people? No, I don't. I don't got time to pick out the few good apples. I just don't. I just don't. All of them go. I'm gonna get around to him and lay this all out. So you got the American Civil War happening and everything now. Their propaganda is right now. The white people are so good. You know, sad about keeping slaves. Oh my God. Abolitionists and all this other nonsense. You know, Lincoln, they put Lincoln on a pedestal. Nothing but a wicked ass white supremacist. White supremacy didn't free nobody. Abraham Lincoln didn't free a goddamn thing. Didn't free anybody black. Black people, I told you, you freed yourself because they could no longer sustain you being a slave because you were fighting back. You were killing the ass. You want to show that movie? You remember when they showed you so boys a movie 2 years ago, Birth of the Nation? They had to make sure they buried that. But you were fighting many wars, many Gullah and Geechee and Seminole wars in the southern part, southeastern part of the United States. Constant war, constantly fighting, constant. They couldn't enslave you, they didn't free you. They knew nothing that didn't benefit them. Don't you ever believe that? And when you grow up in this society, so you grow up with propaganda and lies, until you take time to step back and reverse engineer everything that's been brought to you. And white people are bringing it to you, it's a goddamn lie. It's to benefit and promote their power over you. They seek no equality with you, bro. They seek no equality with you. You're going to have to get that through your head. You're going to have to get educated about the pathology. You have all these other idiots who have married into you, white us and the pathology, and their children, the mixed breed children, all messed up. Most of the mixed breeds always go back to white. Always do so much damage within black society, and that's why it was designed. Role of the bastard to destroy black people from within. So it's a destruction from within and from without. It's complete. It's complete. Especially being in Lafayette, Louisiana, one of the most racist parts of the country. I've been to Lafayette many times. This is from Lafayette, one of the most wicked ass racist parts of the country. So you know he participated in many acts of violence against his own people. Many acts of violence. He willingly participated because when you join their culture, their system, And I've always explained this to you. I don't care how many Negroes tell you we built the country. Yeah, we built the country, but we didn't build the system that runs it. We built the country, but we didn't build the very system that runs it. And no matter how much money that we acquire within the system, we're still on the same very slave ship. We just got better seating on the slave ship. That's it. So when Negroes get to how much money they got, how much money we made, get this money. Listen here, you dumbass, ignorant Negro. You just got better seating on the same slave ship because you have not transcended the system. And you have not torn down the system. You're still within the very same system of oppression. And you got no power within the system. None of you Negroes want to actually tear it down. Ain't that funny? When we talk about reparations, I believe black people deserve reparations. But I've always told you there's a caveat that comes behind reparations. So you get his money. He prints the goddamn money. I've been saying this forever. You don't own the printing press, and it's his monetary system. Once again, you're just a high-paid slave. It's his monetary system. As Dr. John Amos told, it's his monetary system. Niggas want to tell me about how somebody's high-powered looking for goofy dates. And you're nothing more than a slave in a system of white oppression. You got a better seat on the slave ship. So what? So what? Big deal. Because you know what a white person calls a black millionaire? A goddamn nigga. Am I lying? Am I lying? Imagine I'm lying. All this idiotic shit talking about economics, but they control the levels of God. Economics is their monetary system. So you never come out of their system. Their system is always designed to control and empower them. Not you. Them, not you. They print the money. Federal Reserve is built to benefit them, not you. And all these central banks around the world, they own every last one. And we live in a system of global white supremacy, right? Economics and all this other shit. You ain't talking about tearing down the system. You say that for the dumb and the stupid. With this stupid FBA, ADOS, all this idiotic ass shit. David, Bear, hey, come give me the work. Come give me the work. Now, so they take down my channel. I'm the real one getting shadow banged. 5 channels taken down at 4 years. Who's the one being shadow banged out here? 5 channels in 4 years. Who's the one really getting shadow banged? Me or you? My numbers have completely fallen off the cliff. Tell me how somebody gets shadow banned. Spare me that nonsense. Nobody block this. You want me a criminal? The criminal. Oh, delete his comment. God damn it. Her comment. Just leave it up. Don't delete the comment. Damn it. Don't delete. Just delete his comment. I want them to talk. Stop giving people this work. Damn it. Don't delete her comment. funny? Criminal justice system is created by you, the most wicked, the most criminal people on the planet. Everything you got, you stole. Are any of your people in prison? You know what you don't know? You generate your criminals. When you genocide whole communities, why not these people in prison? I'm asking you. Black Lives Matter. Oh, and that's why I want to get in that. See, Black Lives Matter is created by you white people. You don't know that? You're that stupid? I told you. Now, hold on. We're going to do a survey of a psychopath. Now, you do know, Selena, that Black Lives Matter has nothing to do with black people. You realize that, right? I know your goofy propaganda news told you it's about black people. Now, let me tell you something, dummy. Black Lives Matter was created by white people. It's a fake white black organization, like they do to us. Like NAACP was created by black people. Urban League wasn't created by black people. And Martin Luther King wasn't created by black people. So let me inform you. Let me inform you. Black Lives Matter has nothing to do with us. That's funded by white money. That make you mad, Selena? Oh, you gone? You confuse this world. Oh, see, they're gone. They can never ask those questions. Don't block these people. Don't ever block these people. Let them stay. They got to get some work. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Okay, yes, it's Black Lives Matter, stupid. That's just a name to fool you dummies. That's nothing to do with us. We don't fund it. Black people don't fund that. So look it up. It's called the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, right? So now we're going to do for black people. That's the trick, man. It's called Black Lives Matter, just representing black people. Hey, the funny part about it, Selena, your news media, your propaganda news media, who created Black Lives Matter, knows this. They know this. I'm waiting for you, Selena. Black people destroyed Black Lives Matter 6 years ago, and they revived it. It had nothing to do with us. And their white media keeps portraying it because what? They are the ones that created it. Where do you see actual black people, Selena, talking about Black Lives Matter? You don't. Only idiots like you who get triggered by the name that your white mass has created. You get triggered by Black Lives Matter. It doesn't benefit black people. And black people didn't fund it. Black people didn't create it. And black people are not in it today. Isn't that funny? Oh, Black Lives Matter. Normal thing. Oh, so they just got rid of racism. Racism was normal then, but it's not normal now. See, I told you, that's the psychopathic mindset. They want to say they racism is gone. They just stopped being racist. Racism has to stop. I want to exactly right, Mom. Here's my white side. But they don't know that. They believe the lies that who owns the media. The same people that created the NAACP, Urban League, and Black Lives Matter. It's the same people, Mom. Same very people. But the white people can't do it. It's Black Lives Matter. Just like the unapologetic Negropean. See, that's why they give us some credibility within their news media. No credibility among black people. But they'll keep propping it up in their news media to trigger the racists like Cylde and the rest of these goofballs. And their media that props it up. Now, if it was a real black organization, the black media would ghost it like the white media ghost it. Don't mention not one thing about it. Isn't that funny? Whenever you get a real black movement, it never gets any airtime on CNN, MSNBC, Fox, or any other white-owned, Zionist-owned news media. Isn't that funny? With all the fake propaganda, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Black people don't have nothing to do. Okay, you're right there. I'm waiting for you to take yours off your head, Cylde, and give me. You're going to share your tinfoil hat with me, Cylde. You're going to share it with it. So you in a black chat room, do your own. See, Cylde, this Keisha, I know you're a dummy, but look, take your own poll. You're in a black chat room. See if anybody in there has any affiliation or been in contact with Black Lives Matter. And you go, see, that's called what? Common sense. That's called common sense, right? There you go. You get a black chat room with at least 60 people in there, right? There you go. All you gotta do now is go poll. Do your poll right there. That's your street poll right there. You don't want to do that. That debunks your Black Lives Matter hysteria, doesn't it? That debunks your hysteria. Your Black Lives Matter hysteria. When I close that's who they are. That's their pathology. That's their pathology. That's why I told you it's too hard to find a needle in a haystack. Their pathology is psychopathic. See that racism stopped after they destroyed all your businesses and killed your people. Racism magically stopped when they got a whole catch and release system for white people in the criminal system. And black people are herded like animals into the prison industrial complex. I'm so rude and privileged. I'm not being rude. I'm being nice to you. I know people not to watch. I know. Let her go. That's the right time. Let her go. I'm not being rude. Have I been rude to you? Haven't told you that's your name. Haven't said nothing bad to you. Why? Because I debunked your lies. Your lies. Okay? When you're debunking your lies and I'm being rude to you, you won't bring this up? Well, you white Egyptians. Let's go through all your lies. Let's see about your lies. Okay, were the Egyptians white or black? Were the people that ruled Europe almost 1,000 years or more black? Were they white or black? But we'll go through your history lies. Being an Arab, you had to be black. Let's see where you stand. Let's see your pathology. Oh, you're an idiot. Okay, well, when you're saying some idiotic stuff, they found them. When you're acting idiotic, you saying racism, stop. That's idiotic. What else can I call you? You said racism stopped 100 years ago after they burned down all those black people after the lynching and killing. Okay, stop it. Okay, let's go back 60 years. Let's show
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Say something again.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
All right, cool. All right. So I told all facts. What facts did you tell me? Okay. You said racism stopped 100 years ago, Selena. So what about Emmett Till 60 years ago with his 14-year-old child? when his 14-year-old child has his eyes gouged out his head, shot, I think 14 times and thrown in the damn river. A 14-year-old child. I'm asking you. You tell me racism stopped and I can Google. So what day did how can I Google racism stopping? She probably is a dreamer. What date? Give me an exact date that the racism stopped. Do you know the date, Zoe? You know the date that somebody in the chat room said racism stopped 100 years ago? Can you give me the date, Zoe?
Yeah, when people say stupid shit, I generally don't respond to.
He said we're wrong for calling her stupid. He said that's rude. We're showing how savage we are. How primitive and savage.
Yeah, okay. She's showing how ignorant she is by saying that comment.
So let me get back to what I'm saying. So anyway, family, like I said, see, you want the white supremacists to come in here. They say all kinds of delusional things. This is their pathology. They don't block them. You let them come in and expose themselves, right? You allow them to come in and expose their pathology. You can't say, she taught this as a child, all this other goofy shit. That she should have went on a lifelong quest for knowledge to understand her fellow human being, which they never do. She came in and quote goofy talking points about dominance. Go ahead, Zoe.
Isn't the situation when Tamir Rice happened less than 20 years ago? Fuck 100 years. What is she talking about?
Oh, Tamir Rice was responsible for his own murder. She came and said, if you niggas didn't commit crimes, you wouldn't go to jail. Okay, that's I forgot about. What about Tamir Rice, Selena? What about a 12-year-old black child playing in the park where the police just opened fire and killed this child? What's your response then? How the media, your white media, brushed over that, thought it was okay. This police who murdered an innocent child playing in a park, a 12-year-old child, was never prosecuted, was never convicted. What's your answer behind that, Selena? What's your answer? I'm waiting. When did I write that racism ended? You said that. I don't make stuff. You said it ended. You said it ended 100 years ago. That's what you said in the chat room. You said in the chat room. I'm only repeating you said you wasted time. I want to give a little attention. I don't mind that. I went for Zoe anyway. So like I said, this is their pathology. So you got the mind of an unapologetic Negropean. You side with this idiot in the chat room saying that racism ended 100 years ago. And that, only criminals get locked up in this. Even a good white liberals know the system is rotten from head to toe. That's their own other white people. They know it's wicked. It's unjust. But
She voted for Joe Biden. I am 100% sure.
She probably was a Joe Biden. Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. She got Joe Biden. Joe Biden gave him all kind of goodies. She named her Selena. You know, she got the Dream Act. They getting to flood all these illegal aliens up in here. Hell yeah.
Where is she from? Where's Selena from? Because she wasn't born in the United States.
Selena,
and if she was,
yeah, Selena,
in America, yeah.
Where you from, Selena? Where you from, Selena? Italian stand. Right, LB. Never my photo. So, anyway, okay, so back what I was, let's copy out this. Back to what I was saying. Okay. So now we're talking about, we're going to get to the sheriff, but I want to sweet us all around being in a system. See, like that person that grew up in this propagandized system that demonizes black people only on the benefit of white people, right? So this is the system that we live in. And he couldn't come to terms with it because I'm sure he had many acts of brutalizing his own people. And like I said, again, show me where you wrote racism. You wrote that in the chat. You said it 100 years ago. I'm not going back to the chat room to find that. You did say that. Everybody in that chat room know you said it. Why would I mention it 100 years ago? You said that, Selena. And where you from, Selena Lou? You ain't gotta wait. You said that. Nigga in my mouth, I know racism that lived, it never ended. You said it ended 100 years ago. I told you about the towns being bombed 100 years ago. And you said it ended 100 years ago too. I told you, what about all the racism and where's the compensation for black men, women, and children being murdered and brutalized in the very towns that they created all over the country? And you said that's when it ended 100 years ago. Okay. Now you go back and check. I don't got time to go back to no damn chat room. I don't know. You good. You go find it. Anyway, like I said, with their pathology, what they do is they start from time there, obfuscate the truth. See what she's doing? She's obfuscating the truth. I'm gonna say that's their pathology normally. She wasn't taught that. That's their pathology. To obfuscate the truth, to gain power within any situation. Get that? Whether it's one-on-one, one-on-two, it's obfuscate, lie. So we got to understand that. Selena, if you feel, call up. Don't keep writing shit in the chat room. Call up. Call up and get this work. Number is 850-368-9102. Call up. Other than that, let me finish my dissertation. Thank you. Anyway, like I said, in this society, you grow up being a Negropean because you're inundated with propaganda. Unless you have a family, like I said, that can shield you from the propaganda that's been inundated into your home. Like I said, was I Negropean? I'm sure I was. I said my stepmother was a white woman. She was wicked as shit. Wicked ass white woman. Wicked. But even when she's wicked, the society and me being filled with propaganda, I said, oh, that's just one bad white woman. Not knowing that's their behavior. Naturally, that's the majority of them. She's the majority. She wasn't a damn exception to the rule. She was the rule.
Yeah, hey Keith.
Go ahead.
It's just like I told my son that got a white mama. I told him, I said, all white people are racist. Even your mama. They just choose which black people they want to show that to.
Yeah. Yeah, so exactly right. And, my father, being a Negro, it was my father, unapologetic Negropean. To the day he died, you would marry a racist white woman? You have black children? you would marry a racist white woman and you have black children. Don't tell me propaganda doesn't work. So like I said, so now let's get getting over to Clyde. Now Clyde was suffering from the abuse that he had put upon his own community. He couldn't come to terms that white people didn't see him as an equal, didn't want to see his people as equal, and they only wanted to dominate and subjugate his people. And so he's like Selena. Black Lives Matter, Black Lives. He didn't know that Black Lives Matter had nothing to do with black people. He was that far out of touch, that much in a bubble, that he didn't even realize his own community had nothing to do with Black Lives Matter at all. He was that far removed from black people to even know that. You're talking about an unapologetic Negropean. Go ahead, sir.
I'm glad you brought up that pride thing and Black Lives Matter, because I just saw yesterday where it was some little young girl. I think she like, a teenager. She definitely ain't in her 20s, but she's an influencer on Twitter, and she got millions of followers. And she talks about all of this Black Lives Matter shit and all this. Found out the little girl accidentally tweeted the instructions she received from George Soros on how to tweet and respond to social commentary regarding racial situations and racial issues. So George Soros is giving this little girl instruction on how to respond, and because Black Lives Matter is a project of George Soros, I bet you that prize is in the pocket of George Soros and giving instruction on how to respond and how to interact with the black community.
Exactly right, when Black Lives Matter is NAACP all over again. I said you're exactly right, I said that when it first came. It is nothing but the new face, the new NAACP. NAACP has been, lost its effectiveness, and people know it's not a black organization that represents black people. They openly tell you that now. NAACP don't even lie about it no more, right? So they need to, they don't come up with nothing new. They just copy and paste the same old shit they've been doing prior. And that's right. That's what Black Lives Matter. It's the replacement of the NAACP for the new generation. Exactly what it is. Exactly what it's meant to do. So, yeah, I think they're gone. I think she's gone. But that's what you want to do. You want to let them come in for a little bit. You don't want to constantly block them. You want to let them come in so you understand their pathology. Don't always block people. Let them come in and say what they want. They'll leave eventually because they can't. Their argument can't stand up under what truth. White supremacists are allergic to the truth. So it's always obfuscations of lies, and more lies. Lies on top of lies. You know? So they naturally leave. So let me go to listen to a little bit of his brother in his argument here. Thanks for hearing. And listen to his mindset, right? He's an unapologetic Negropean. He believes that Black Lives Matter has something to do with black people when it does not. He's so far removed from black people and giving reverence to this dominant society because he's now a deputy and carrying out the will of white people and oppressing his own people. Like I told you, I was in the Marine Corps, one of the most racist goddamn organizations ever created. From top to bottom. United States Marine Corps is racist as shit. None know all American military institutions are racist. From top to bottom. Top to bottom. So let me play some of this.
17 in the morning, and this is my last day at work. So didn't give a notification, obviously, because this is the notification.
This is the last day at work because this is when he's about to go and commit suicide, and so damaged. He's so damaged that the world is not what he believes it to be. Growing up in this propaganda, it affects him so much he's going to take his own life. Right? He believes that white people want to have some equity with black people. Never, never, never. But you're the idiot coming in. It's probably a Hispanic woman, believes she's a white woman, or identifies as a white woman. I'm sure, right? None of my black people don't go to jail. Irrespective to the laws. Black people not treated bad. That's 100 years ago. That's 100 years ago. What? So what date did they stop white supremacy? What date did they stop oppressing black people? As those so eloquently say, I forgot about Tamir Rice 7 years ago getting shot in the fucking face, or 6 years ago getting shot in the goddamn face in a park, a 12-year-old child. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that affected me so bad. As if that child was mine. I'm not gonna lie, that hurt me to my soul. I made that no. Go ahead, Zoe.
Well, I said, Barack Obama said Tamir Rice could have been his son with his sellout ass.
So that affected me, I guess because he was so young, more than any other thing, in the callous nature in which their fake media treated his death, his murder. But the death is murder. The callous nature in which the white European Ashkenazi Zionist news treated his murder as if they were just taking out the garbage. Now, that affected me. Yeah, man, that affected me in a way I didn't really believe it could affect, like with my own personal child.
But it's not my last day. It's just my last day working my job I love. So I just want to speak on one subject and talk on that, and then it will go from there. But I'd like to say I have the floor right now, and I would like to not be heard, but just listen. So Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, Green Matter, Brown, this, that, it's the completely wrong thinking. Because even when you say lives matter, you're specific.
This coming from an unapologetic Negropean doesn't realize that the dominant society has been waging war on its people. And they have not stopped. He still thinks there's a form of equality. And he hasn't seen that in his own work history. That's why he's killing himself. He hasn't seen that. It should be that way. Why is it not? I've been told that by my goofy news and my movies that white people are fair and equitable. But I see that nowhere in my real day-to-day life. I see no such thing. I see black people getting gabbled, shot, beat, maimed, falsely accused, falsely jailed, falsely in prison. And I don't know how to deal with it because my Negropean mindset.
Specifically saying a particular group of lives, like Black lives, just Black lives. You know, the wording in our mind frame, in our perception, in our scope, and the lens that we're seeing it through is that's the wrong thing. Drop all your other phrases, whatever mottos and catchphrases. This is it. Only life matters.
All lives
only
matter.
life matters. Not only lives, but only life. Because I'm leading a life. You're leading a life. We're going through life together. We're not going through lives together. We're going through life. It's weird because it's singular and it like value my life.
We're not going through life together because your existence on this planet is not my same experience on this planet. Your experience on this planet is roughly, vastly different than my experience on this planet from being white to black in this country. Vastly different. Vastly. So you even make a statement like this, it means that your mind is already messed up. And you being a so-called officer of the law. You know that. You know that. Black people are treated vastly different in this society than white people.
Yeah, basically, it's like all of my individuals in the audience that in the family that know about writing code, you know about writing computer code. You know if you have an error in the line of your code, the program won't function. It won't run. You'll get an error message. So basically, what happened in this situation is this Negropean had a program error in the code of his thinking. And when it could not compute any longer, he blew his brains out.
Right. You're right. It's called junk in, junk out. Junk in, junk out. Junk in, junk out. So
as you should yours. It's not I value my lives because I'm only leaving one. So you might have different aspects of it in different parts, but I mean, I'm only leading one thing going in one direction. So I don't understand why there has to be constant division. If we start seeing that only life matters, where might that get us? Where might that get us? Because what we're doing right now is there's not even no word for it. And I'm not just even referring to that specific topic, but just across the board. I'm not talking about economics, anything else. I think if we get back to what the base of what we're supposed to get back to, and that's God, and we recognize that we have a piece of that in us, then we'll see each other in a different view, because that's the only way you can do that. And there is a God. There's no prove me wrong. You can't.
of course it's all, but they gave you all. What God? That's your European term, Germanic term, God, creator. There's a creator, but damn sure ain't know what they gave you. Ain't it funny? And the funny part that the God that they gave you, they don't even want to worship him with your ass. But you have separation within your church. But they gave you integration, but they never integrated their place of worship with you. They didn't even worship their fake God with you. Their fake white Jesus. Now I always say the caveat for the Negropean, you live in a solar system, keyword being solar. Right? Keyword being solar. So how can any white God create a solar system? And hopefully you're still there listening, Selena. How can any white God create a solar system where he could not function in himself? What do I mean? The sun would burn white Jesus. He would have all kind of lathering suntan lotion shit on. Always have my little lotion right. He would have to have his lotion, right? Put his suntan lotion on and lather all up. Keep myself all from the sun. Shit.
Yeah.
So,
And if these Ashkenazis really come from Northeast Africa, aka the Middle East, why is Israel leading the world on sun cancer?
that's right. Israel's a new term, never existed. I've been saying that. And the video you said that the brother said, Israel never existed. It's all scam and lies, obfuscation. It didn't exist in 1948. No such place Israel, no such place ancient Israel. So, but you can't tell the unapologetic Negropean that. They believe that. So your white God that you say you're worshiping with them is another obfuscation of a damn lie. Because you can't create a solar system where you cannot function in as a natural organic being. Is that a lie? No, the religion that they gave you is a lie. I didn't give it to you. Don't get mad at me. I didn't give it to you. I'm only exposing the lie that they use to keep what? Power. They created the religion for power, not equity with you. So you talking about your God, your God, your God, your God. Your God, your fake God didn't save you because you didn't have any connection with the creator of all. You were worshiping some white fake God and not the creator of all. unapologetic Negropean. So it costs your own life.
You cannot. I don't believe this is not happenstance. I don't feel what I feel. I couldn't do what I'm going to do for it to be happenstance. There's no way that this is a mistake. You're not a mistake. Guys make mistakes. It doesn't. Everything has a direction, has a purpose. I figured out what I was supposed to do. So if you're going by Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, I guess being that I'm both, does my life doubly matter? So I'm like above someone? No, we're putting those in subgroups and categories, and there's no difference between us. There's no difference between us. I don't know what happens over the course of us when we grow and mature, but you see these kids that I'm looking at now, and I'm looking at a scope of view that my normal work day, this was my last time seeing them. I'm not gonna see them again. Last wave, they don't know that. Nobody else knows that. I do. But with that said, it's our kids, when I say life matters, that means from when it begins, when it starts inside of somebody to when they put you back in the ground, that time in between, that matters. No argument about it. No argument about it. The ones that we get here, what are we pouring into them, man? Our children are watching snuff films, basically people getting killed on the regular, and we're broadcasting it to them like it's the thing to do. We are in error, man, and it pains me that it's gotten to this point. But like, what's going to give if people don't just start living according to what they're supposed to do? Because we done tried every other kind of way. I mean, you know, we people leaning on their own understanding and doing whatever they want to do. Cool. Look at the ripple effect of where we're at. It's real simple. Life. What is the opposite of life? Death. There's only two. So, I mean, is there going to be a group that says only death matters? It's a transition to get to that. We got to deal with the portion of that to get to where you are. Well, only afterlife matters. We haven't even started living our lives accordingly like we're supposed to be doing it, and we're our lives are purposeful and they're meaningful, and we are not treating each other with the respect and the love that we're supposed to, because we do not see each other as we are. Treat each other accordingly. That's it. There's no need for all of the murder. There's a difference between killing and murder. People get killed in bicycle accidents and falling off of platforms and trains. Murder is malice and forethought. It's like, it is so rampant. I can't understand how it's just the thing to do. I was in the military. I mean, but that's a totally different circumstance. Like the stuff that's happening out here, such close proximity to like children, it's really sad that I am, and what we do is necessary, because like there's people who are so twisted that, I mean, I'm not saying it hasn't happened before and it's always been like demonic and evil, but as of late, it's like we are.
Everybody.
I don't even know.
Everybody sounds messed up.
The problem is we're not giving them another healthy alternative. Like, the adults are just as bad. You know, the ones who are doing. What are the children seeing? Now, I am not perfect. There's only one perfect. I am not him. I am not saying that. I am not perfect. But what I try to do is do right by them. Try to be as good for them as I possibly can, because I would want that for my children. I do. I by default am spending more time with them than y'all are, and I'm not a jab or anything, because I mean I got to work too. I'm not with my son right now. But even with that said, I'm close to your kids. We're not doing right by them. And I'm not saying these specific kids. I'm talking about everybody in general, across the board. There's enough blame to be given. And just how we think that we can just do anything to anyone, and like the murdering and the life. Okay, well, say it that way. The lives that are being taken, because they're being taken individually, sometimes in group mass. It's
Talking a bunch
I
of
don't know,
dumb
man.
shit
This
anyway.
is beyond me, and I can't think how this has gotten
He's
to the
talking a
point
bunch
that
of dumb shit
it's
anyway.
the
Bunch of
norm.
contradiction, dumb shit.
Nothing else matters but life. Because if there isn't anything there, there's no existence of anything. There's no propagation of anything. It's not going on. Only life matters. Only life matters. That is it. And you fall under that umbrella, everybody is doing it at once. We're going through life together. It is one experience. It's not like we're going through, separate whatever. I'm not even delving into no nonsense like that. We're going through this present right now. Let's deal with what we're dealing with here and the here and now before we start expounding on other things and try to say that, whatever. Like I said, not a point that I'm going to cover. What I'm saying is we need to do better by each other. Point blank. Point blank. I wake up every day wanting to do my job. Like I love doing my job, and I couldn't really see myself doing anything else other than this, man, because it's
a contradiction. If he loved doing his job, he wouldn't have murdered himself. I'm gonna stop him there because it's getting old. I don't know what's going on with the sound. I don't know. I don't see any problems with the sound. I don't see any it all sounds the same. I don't know. Can you guys hear my voice then? Can you guys hear my voice? There's no sound on it. It's like completely. I don't know what happened there.
I just want to say a couple things about what that dude was just saying. Okay. I think generally, well, most Christians, when they go to talking about God and all of that, like Keith was saying, the concept of God is a European concept. And what we know about the Europeans is that they are the reciprocal of the African, meaning that every damn thing they do is backwards and upside down. They literally come from the inversion of reality that we represent. With that being said, the sun gives less life and the sun kills them. When they say God, G-O-D, they're referring to the D-O-G, to the dog. Now, that's why when you talk about it in the Bible, you hear about Canaan land. Canaan land is close to Canaan for a reason, because that is their original God, the dog. So when we run around here talking all this old dumb shit and following white religions and European concepts and theories, we need to understand that we are completely out of our mind.
I agree. I don't think it's not touching the mic. I don't got to touch the mic. So I don't know. The pop filter's not touching the mic. So I don't know. Some people say it's clear. Some people say it's clear. I don't know. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to go over another 30 minutes anyway. Go.
And Keith, you know that dude killing himself, that other story I sent you played a major part in that, even though they're not going to try to connect the dots. And that was when that Creole dude that was a sheriff's deputy wouldn't allow him to be buried in that white cemetery there in Louisiana. And if you looked at the dude, you would think he was white, not knowing. But if you apparently to some of his black family, a more African looking family showed up when they was about to bury him, and the funeral home denied the acceptance of the body. They said that they can't bury him there at all. And that's what I bet you played a large part with this coon right here that killed himself, because they both in Louisiana and they both in law enforcement.
I agree. Yeah, it may be YouTube messing with the sound. I can't do nothing but the sound, family. I got no issues on my end. It went from clear to not clear. That's them. I didn't touch anything. I didn't change anything. That's them messing with the sound. I didn't touch anything. So It is what it is. But I'm gonna say this brother couldn't deal like Azo was saying. You know, us growing up in this system, like I said, we're all raised as sadly unapologetic Negropeans. Some of us come out of it, and some of us never do. And that's what we we go from unapologetic Negropeans to being a straight out coon, right? We graduate to straight out coons. Now, I don't know enough about this brother's history to say he went out and went to straight out coondom. Coondom, I don't know. But that's what happens to us. We go from unapologetic Negropean because we defend the very system. What about black on black crime? You know, and all this other idiotic shit where we transform into straight coondom. That's what it leads to. So, till we start, taking back ourselves, educating ourselves, we relinquish the unapologetic Negropean mindset, right? We start to release it unless you grew up in a household, which is rare in Black America, where your family already shielded you from the ideals of the dominant society, coming through their movies, their TVs, their music, and their school system. It inundates us to be inferior and to give reverence to the European. And so we become unapologetic Negropeans. What about black on black crime? And you have people say, well, sad enough, most of the older generation are unapologetic Negropeans. But Joe Biden was supposed to lock up all these black people. You'll ask them, why'd you guys vote for Joe Biden? He wrote that wicked ass crime bill. Why would you do that? Why would you vote for a man that's completely hostile to your own people? Well, some of the people deserve to get locked up. A whole generation of black men, women, and children deserve to be locked up. Yeah, some of them deserved it. You're like, wow, all right, okay. They didn't graduated from unapologetic Negropeans in the full-fledged coondom. So then you can do but fall back and say, hey, all right, here's a wrap for him. Unfortunately, he felt rebelled to take his own life. I wish the brother could have come back to black society and start learning to love his own people. I think it was a wasted life. He'll be back again. It was a wasted life. He could have came back and started, embrace your own people, your own culture. But sometimes we're too far gone to come back and embrace our people. Go ahead, though.
He at least could have went out like Chris Dormer.
Oh, yeah. But Chris Dormer knew it. No, that dude went at that point. He wasn't righteous like that dude. Chris Dormer knew that the system was wicked, they were evil, they had discriminated against him. And he wanted to have some retribution, some get back. Ended up in the mountains of Big Bear. Big Bear Mountain in California.
I mean,
where I learned to ski as a child.
Realistically, Keith, you know that this brother could have really served the community a major bonus because he could have shared some of those military skills with individuals that don't have that training. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And before he took himself up out of here.
He could have gave intel and been a benefit to his community, a little bit as possible while being in, that system. He could have gave relief to his own people some way, somehow. But he was too busy talking about it being equal. Why can't we all be equal, be fun? These people are practicing open war on us. That means all aspects of warfare. All, not just physical, psychological, genetics, your food, your water, open warfare on us. But you got a Negropean mindset, you don't want to fathom that. You can't believe it. You can't wrap your mind about what's happening. You'll call it a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory that most black people live in black areas have lead pumped into their water. That's a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory that they practice all kind of heinous medical experiments on black people. Is that a conspiracy theory? It's a conspiracy theory that when you go in black impoverished neighborhoods, there's nothing but food deserts, and they give you radiated milk in those air-owned, can't call them supermarkets, but corner stores. Is that a conspiracy theory?
Is it a conspiracy theory that Nixon wanted to name it the War on Blacks, but they said that that'll be too out front and too apparent of what it is. So as a result, they called it the War on Drugs. But only black people were impacted by that war.
Exactly right. Isn't that funny? That's so far the real truth again. That's the fact. The war on drugs was really a war on black people, but he couldn't say that. So they couched the language and disguised what it was about. War on drugs only affected black people. You listening, Selena? That's racism. The war on drugs was a war on black people. Get that? That's a fact. They've even admitted it now themselves. Is that a conspiracy theory? Mr. Sheriff, Deputy Clyde Kerr. Is that a conspiracy theory? And you keep talking about this equality. You can't have equality, Mr. Kerr, when people are practicing open warfare on you. You understand that? Unapologetic Negropean? Do you understand that? Are these conspiracy theories? Sadly enough, they're not. They're facts. Go ahead, so.
I was just going to say, just like I was stating earlier about them being the reciprocal of everything that we represent. The reason why white supremacy exists is because the white realizes that the black is supreme. That is why white supremacy exists, because they are inferior. So as a result, they have to sit there and push the issue. When you are stronger than somebody as an adult, a grown man, you never feel the need to go whoop the ass of some strange 7-year-old and beat him up and prove that you're stronger than him. Because you know that you are superior physically to this child. You have no need to oppress that child. But because white people are inferior, they have the need to have this white supremacy and push the issue consistently.
Exactly right. Exactly right. It's an inferiority complex that breeds them to do the dastardly things that they do. And to completely want to wipe out a people who have done nothing to them historically. Nothing. Nothing to them historically. But raise them up to a civilized level, supposedly. Right? Raise them up from a barbaric to a civilized level. And then obfuscate that truth as well. Completely obfuscate it. That's why when you teach your real history, it's a threat to their dominance. And they get angry. You go on Facebook and just say your own history is marked with all kind of strikes and taken down. But giving actual black history, not the lies that they've told you. And now when you tell the truth, they put their caveats all along your post. It'll be YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. This is the real story that we want to tell you, that we're putting out there. This is the propagandist real story that we're putting out there. That's what's being said on these other platforms that black people have sustained and created in benefit of their people. No, this is the real story underneath. According to us. According to us. everybody's getting ready to do this Swahili class. Y'all been another 20 minutes, right? So everybody make sure everybody hits that like button for me. Smash that like button and share this video with friends. Share it with Negropeans. We all got unapologetic Negropeans in our family because we're all recovering Negropeans. We're recovering Negropeans. I am. I've been a recovering. We're gonna do a Negropean. What they call them? A clinic. What they call them things? Focus group. I am a recovering 30-year unapologetic Negropean.
We got that shit. It's like a disease in the black community, and we really need to address that, because even just yesterday, I was on Facebook. My sister posted some shit on Facebook that came on my page, where it was some minister, some black minister, and I guess he was supposed to be one of these new, hip and young, upcoming black ministers that's probably gonna replace T.D. Jakes' fat ass when he fall out from colon cancer or some shit. But anyway, my sister posted this dude on there, and he's talking about the silhouette challenge, and he's telling young girls not to do the silhouette challenge. So, that's all fine and dandy, because, I've never seen this silhouette challenge or nothing like that, but I can understand what it's all about. Yeah, I guess they got women showing their silhouette, women, and some young girls are doing it, and they might be naked. They could be naked or they could be clothed, but it has a sexual connotation to it. Yeah. So he's saying young girls don't do the silhouette challenge. So I respond, I tell my sister, I said, I've never seen the silhouette challenge, but this dude is gay. So my sister going right back. She say, and what does that mean? So I write back, I say, well, if he's homosexual, he's the last person to be trying to give somebody some moral instruction on how to live life. I say, so then she's gonna say, how about you stay the fuck off my page? That's what she said, right?
That's bad.
So this is what happens. This is what happens when cognitive dissonance starts kicking in. So this is what's really happening right here. I want to break this down with the family. So after she said that, I said, well, that shit came up on my page. I didn't go looking on your page. So she was trying to deflect it, to try to put it like I'm at fault somehow, like I'm stalking her or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I said, this shit came up on my page. So then she said, well, you a fuck nigga. You a little fuck ass bitch nigga. Now this is my little sister. Now my youngest sister. So
wow, that's
wow. So what she's trying to do. She's trying to get an emotional response out of me, bring me on some old dumbass shit, so I'm not thinking logically and responding logically, right? So because this is how dumbass niggas interact with one another all day, every day, and the shit just end up boiling out of control. Because when you sit here arguing with a fool, onlookers can't tell who the fool is, because the fool gonna pull you down to their level, and both of y'all looking foolish. So she says that to me about, I'm a bitch ass nigga, this, that, and the third. So I say, why you acting silly like the rest of them people in that community down there in Jackson, Mississippi? So then she gonna say, who you calling foolish? Who you calling stupid? You stupid motherfucker. You the one that's stupid. Talking all this old shit, just cutting. This is the Christian response. I want y'all to know that now, because this is how Christians respond when confronted with the truth. And this is every damn Christian. Whether they might be cussing or they might not be cussing, they're going to get hostile, because that cognitive dissonance is a dangerous motherfucker when you're dealing with it. So you have to know what you're doing and what you're dealing with before you even engage in this type of verbal combat with loved ones or people in the street. So when she says that to me, you know, I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I say, is your baby daddy tripping or something? What's wrong with you? So then she gonna say, fuck me, my opinion never meant anything. I don't know nothing about nothing, and some about I wasted all my money on getting a Mercedes and chasing bitches or some shit, right? And I just all kind of crazy, just don't make no sense. I'm like,
about that guy's a homosexual. He should be talking about
yes. And the reason why at the foundation of it is because she had a child with this dude. The dude don't help raise his son, and as a result, she's a single mother, and her son is effeminate like a motherfucker. My nephew is gayer than a motherfucker. But see, he's little right now. He ain't even 10 years old. This boy probably 7 years old. And he's sweet as fucking southern fucking iced tea. You know what I'm saying? He be switching and shit. And these what's what we got to watch. Because this real shit that's going on in the black community. There's a lot of black women that are proliferating and promoting homosexuality within black men. Y'all raise y'all daughters to be fucking responsible, good ass members of society, and raise y'all sons to be some punk ass, sissy ass niggas that's sneaky and they might touch somebody's little boy. So you got to watch these little motherfuckers. I'm talking about my nephew, and I'm talking about a whole bunch of other my cousins and all kind of shit I know. So we have to watch this shit. And black women, y'all have to stop supporting them and promoting this affemination. I don't give a damn if you got a brother or some cousins. Y'all get y'all sons around some men that's some stand-up good men. Even if you don't think they need to be around him and you can do it all on your own. Trust me, you can't do it. You cannot do it.
And what Zoe saying is right. And I'm going to have to talk. We're going to do a show about this. I'm sorry. Women don't get hurt. It's not a damn relationship show. We're going to talk about the problem with the black woman in the community. You can't be the head of the community. I know you want to be the head, and you see everywhere no woman the head of any community. I don't care if you're talking about the Arabs. I don't care if you're talking about East Indian. Definitely not the Caucasian. Definitely not the goddamn Asians. You're happy that the scene looks like a scene out of fucking Mad Max, and our children are now, the black boy is now the feminine. That's your defender. You've now destroyed, and that was what white supremacy wanted to do. Destroy your defenders of the nation. You got that? Destroy the masculinity in them. I've already told you they did that on purpose, trying to go into Kenya. So how can we turn these Kenyan men into faggots? They're too strong. They fought us. Remember, I always told you they wanted to turn Kenya into Australia. It's a fact. Or New Zealand. They wanted to murder off most of the Kenyan men, but they can wipe in and make Kenya, since it's a beautiful temperate climate country within Africa, a white man's country. That was the template. That was the template. But these African youth rose up and fought this European. Got his ass up out of there. So they went back in to study how can we turn the heterosexual man into a weakling and a faggot. That's an actual Department of State memo plan. How do we elevate the black woman in Kenya over the black man? How do we how do we pervert the society to destroy it from within? How do we pervert the society to destroy it from within? How do we do that? And you think and you got this goofy, unapologetic Negropean. How's everybody? Black lives matter, blue lives matter. We're all matter. All lives matter. Don't understand that these people are constantly at war with us. That's why our society is destroyed in America. Nobody wants to say it. And Zoe just said, I'll be the bad guy. I don't give a damn who it hurts. It's a fact. Are black women in America out of control? You goddamn right. weak and fucked up now, you goddamn right. Too emotional, too weak, too sorry. That's 50, 60 years of black matriarchy. Because you can't raise no son to be no damn man. Sorry, ladies. I couldn't raise my daughters to be no woman. They need their mother. I'm not ashamed to say that. But the black woman, I can raise a man. You can't raise no goddamn man. And 60 years to show that you can't. Go ahead, so.
I posted the question yesterday on Facebook. What is the connection between black women supporting homosexual ministers? What is up with that? And I asked you about that yesterday, Keith. Why are black Christian women supporting and being okay with homosexual ministers?
That came from the invention of Obama. The whole side of Obama. Because black people were against the homosexual movement overwhelmingly. But since they gave you the magic mulatto, it is understanding the bastard in history. You can't come out of a white woman's vagina. Sorry, FBA, I'm sorry. Right? So gave the whole thing of the magic mulatto was already pushed the gate agenda talking about, I evolved to this position. When you go back and reverse engineer, he always was in that position. And so also with black churches saying, well, you're going to accept this or you're not going to get your tax exempt. So you had a two-pronged war on black culture to destroy you from within and from without. Obama from without, the black women from within accepting these perversions and now calling them normal. Oh, let live, it's okay. But your fake black preachers who only care about money, not morality, because they changed on a dime when they said you're going to lose your tax exempt. I thought your church is about morality and the word of God and doing God's will. The main thing in your goopy Bible says that God is against these perversions. More than anything, in your Bible, this is your Bible. Of course, now you're going to rewrite your own goopy book. You know, so when the angels visited Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? In Sodom, they visited Lot, and the people out there said, bring out the men, we want them. Lot said, please, take my daughters. Don't touch these good men. He said, no, we don't want your stinking ass daughters. We want some man butt, right? We want some man ass. Not mayonnaise, but mayonnaise. We want mayonnaise. So suppose that offended God so much that he destroyed Sodom and then also Gomorrah because of the rampant homosexual behavior running in both those cities. That's your book that you don't even adhere to anymore. You just pick and choose the laws of this God in your book. That's one of his main objectives. Homosexuality is illegal and against God. It's in your book. You gonna start rewriting that part too? Go ahead, so.
Hey man, I'm just saying it's so much bullshit. It don't even make no sense. And they, like you said, they don't even look in their own book. They say a man is not to lay down with a man like he lay down with a woman. They say all kind of stuff and let you know that stuff is an abomination. Calls it an abomination. So, which means against God. Which, if you subscribe to that, so if you subscribe to this concept, you know what I'm saying? If you subscribe to the concept, do you follow the concept? This is the most hypocritical nonsense. It's like they take y'all money and then they use guilt to get your money and keep you tied to this nonsense faith, which makes no sense. The time of faith, like I said, is done with. You can't, faith and lying go hand in hand. When you got facts and truth, you don't need to believe. You just know.
About to wrap this up, family.
I don't think they can hear me.
Yeah, they hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I had saw in the chat, they were saying that they was only catching every other word I was saying.
I'll be back on later on the night. Wrap this up. Hope it's okay. Come back. We're going to go in on this side of MLK again, and not really MLK, but the side of your enemy bringing you a hero. And I want to, caveat that into Julius Malema down there in South Africa, Bobby Wine over in Uganda, which we interviewed 2 years ago. These are brand new puppets being put as thought leaders and being maneuvered to give real autonomous power to do the bidding of the European. Once again, that's why Unapologetic Negropean, you don't know anything about world history, you don't know anything about world politics, geopolitics. That's why everything's not everything. Constant war on black people globally. Globally. I only adhere to be when I don't adhere to no FDA shit, no ADOS shit, none of that shit. As Dr. Henry Clark and Dr. Amos Wilson told us, we must come together as one global black people, because if we don't come together, this will be our annihilation. And that's what they're doing with this, as those say, the COUP 45.
Did you see that video that I sent you with that security guard getting slapped upside the head?
Yeah, I like that. I meant to say something. I meant to say, oh man, couldn't have been me. That was a Willie detail. They went and smacked him in the top of his head. He looking out. He just around. A white woman came in. I said, damn, don't those security doors lock when he closed the door? The hell locking that? Then people went into my open the gate. I got a child in the car and smacked me talking all crazy. Ain't no way. I would have been fired that day.
That's exactly. This is so when you were talking about the ministers in the churches and Christian churches, these ministers paying people money and doing all this different stuff, and how they all been compromised for money. You know what I'm saying? Basically, all they're doing is hustling and pimping for money. This is what's wrong with the black community all across the world, where we have compromised for money, for access to these people's jobs, out of fear of losing our jobs. We sit here and tolerate. Go ahead, Keith.
That's what you're saying. So I said at the beginning of the show, the caveat of this system, when these Negroes keep talking about get a better position on the slave shit with their economy using their dollars, their dollars. The fact is, it's their monetary system. Till we completely tear down the system, we're not going to be able to deal with what needs to be dealt with. It's their system. So if we got to adhere to having a job and getting money from their system, we'll never be free here, ever, or anywhere on the globe. Their monetary system has to be torn down. If you're out here big up in capitalism, which is nothing more than an exploitive system, everything they create is created like a psychopath. Capitalism is an exploitive system. Go ahead, Zoe.
Exactly. And I believe capitalism is breaking down. Well, it is globally deteriorating right before our eyes. We are in the period of transition. The revolution is occurring right now, and this is how we're seeing all the global calamities that we're seeing right now, and as they try to distract us from that. So one thing that we should be learning, there's a lesson to learn in every single thing that occurs around us. So with this thing with this Reddit group, and they had this run on AMC stock and GameStop. We all heard about that, and we was all like, damn, I wish I would have capitalized on that. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Okay, but that's not the point. The point of all of that was they operated as a group. This is the time for us to operate with group economics. Dr. Carl Anderson refers to this. You guys need to look this stuff up as far as group economics. We can all come up as this system is breaking down. The poor will be rich and the rich will be poor. There will be a flip-flop of positions within what's going on in the world. These white folks are about to start losing power. They're getting scared. They're acting crazy. Every single thing we're seeing is a result of that. We just have to sit back, pay attention, be vigilant of what's going on, and also be knowledgeable to peak game. Consistently peak game and be able to capitalize. Just like they capitalize on us, We need to be able to capitalize on what's going on in the stock market and shit like that. You saw whenever they hold in short, that's something you might want to put a couple dollars aside on and go and play a little stock game. Why not? But, I don't know shit about this, but I want to learn about that stuff because we can't keep consistent. What you say, Keith?
What they were doing, they were breaking down the whole system. You had short stocks, which used to be illegal. What you do, they had some those white cats understand when you short a stock, if you raise the price up, what it's going to do is cause the hedge fund to have to give more money to cover that bet. And so what they did was collapse the stock, and they were going crazy. We got to stop it. We got to stop regular people being able to stop us from stealing. What they were going to do was destroy GameStop, right? And then sell it off what they've been doing, destroy everybody's job, and then reap the benefit as they sold off the company. So, they're going to make laws to try to stop that. And shout out to you, Chosen 115. I know you was on the on Spreaker. So everybody's on Spreaker, listen to me on the regular podcast, on the live chat room. You guys can listen to me on Spreaker. I know it was that low. I guess they would let me know that my sound was low over there too. So shout out to you, Chosen One, over there on the Spreaker chat. That's because I don't be on the damn mic. I be over here. I don't be on a damn mic. And when I'm not on the mic like this, the sound gets muffled. So I need to get my ass on this damn mic and talk. Then you can hear me clearly over there on the Spreaker platform. But go ahead, so finish what you want to say.
Oh, I was just saying we need to capitalize on this right now. There are at this moment in time, there are more black millionaires being created than any previous time prior, because there are black people that are paying attention and got their finger on the pulse of what's going on. And so just expand your personal knowledge base, because I'm going to be doing the same thing for myself. I don't know anything about the stocks and bonds and all this shit, but I want to expand my knowledge and understanding. I have personal friends that, dudes that was my roommates, they've made over $100,000 doing this already. So, and this is just from the GameStop situation, the GameStop and the AMC. So, and they didn't know anything about stocks like that prior. I was the one that told them, hey man, won't you look into buying some stocks? And I said that like at the end of last year. So this is what I'm saying. Stuff is going on. People can capitalize on stuff. We need to listen to our own inner voice. We all have a voice in us that tell us, man, won't you invest in this and invest in that? Instead of buying lottery tickets, $1, $10, $20 on lottery tickets, you can buy some stock with that shit and just let it sit back and watch it and see what it do and watch the market.
Also, when you buy, you got to educate yourself. Remember, you're going to buy a stock. I always tell people educate themselves and know what you're talking about. Educate yourself on the stock. Understand how stock moves. Usually, you've been a small investor, it's going to hurt you. They got lucky this time because you had an overwhelming amount of people on Reddit decide to go and buy what the hedge fund was trying to short. That's not an everyday situation. And so I think the cats looking at it should be able to way to destroy the goddamn system, to be honest. But anyway, with that, family, we're going to wrap it up. Come back on tonight. Come back on tonight at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Mountain. And, we'll do it all again. I couldn't do it last night because shit kept breaking down. So we got this one in the bag. I want to say much love to Zoe, much love to the family. I've got everybody's itinerary so far. Going to Tanzania. Make sure you join Spikes coming up here in a minute in the Swahili class, so you get an understanding of the language. Very easy language to learn. Swahili's very easy. Okay? Damn, say much love. Say see Zoe later on tonight. Join up. donations. You guys help me keep these lights on in Africa. You guys help me pay for this lodging and stuff over in Africa when you guys go on vacations. It's all good. Okay. Yeah, we really need to know about crypto. I'm more learning about crypto more than about stocks and bonds because crypto is blockchain. We got to know who owns it. A lot of these blockchains are being developed by the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers because, you know, they were uncentralized. Oh, damn. Sorry about that, Zoe. My phone died on you, man. My phone lost power. Sorry about that, brother. Sorry about that, Zoe. I'm doing a show tonight. This is a show I couldn't do last night. Oh yeah, usually I say I do a show and don't because I be doing the day I be tired. Should be doing work and shit. But tonight, yeah, this is my normal time to do a show. I'm gonna do it tonight. This is a show I wanted to do last night and could never get it through. Right? So yeah, I am doing the show tonight. Unless I get technical difficulties, how they shut me down. But even if they shut me down, I'm coming on the radio. So I'm telling you guys, make sure you're part of Spreaker. The chosen one is over here on the Spreaker podcast. Right, where I'm live there too. I didn't know he was even in the chat room. I didn't know Justin 115 was in the chat room over there on Spreaker. Either way, I'm doing the show. So you got the regular station, Spreaker.com. If YouTube gets funny, you have Facebook. You have Periscope, which is Twitter, we're on Periscope, Black Hot Fire Network. Just look up Black Hot Fire. Or just the internet. I'm gonna be live no matter what. Even if the camera's not working, damn the camera. Because we built our own ecosystem here, it's time to start using it. Facebook and YouTube don't act right, though. We don't really need YouTube. I'll just stream directly to the website, directly to the network. Right? So does it sound all right? You guys hear me okay? Does it sound all right? It's still muffled. Facebook, yeah, Facebook, all of them. So I know Facebook has shut me, but Facebook already shut down the numbers years ago. Right, so like I said. I think crypto is safer than the stocks and bonds because stocks and bonds is a controlled racket. Stocks and bonds is a rigged gambling house. It's a rigged gambling house. I've never made any bones about that. It's a rigged gambling house. Okay, make sure my sound was all right. Computer give me a thing. It's time to cut the cord. My whole computer went down again. So like I said, with that family, much love. Oh, that's what it is. So much love, family. See everybody back here, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Mountain, and 6 o'clock Pacific. 6 o'clock Pacific. Smash that like button, much love. Like I said, we got a little bit over 2 months. So everybody's got the Tanzania trip. Chosen I was even on I tried to go on time last night. Hell, I tried for 2 hours to get this thing to work right. I never seen the camera ever do that. It would come on and just stay glitch. I'd be like this. And then it would go off. It'd come on, show me like this, and go off. Come on. I've never seen that ever. Now, I'll be back on tonight. Sure. Yeah, it's called El Paso. Yep. It sure is, G-Man. But I got no controls that. I didn't ever reverse engineer it. I don't know. I got to find out who owns it. I did it this Kenyan. Because the white supremacists control Kenya. As long as the government had the crypto site, I see who developed the cryptocurrency itself, who has control of it. As long as it's not a Rothschild, Rockefeller central bank that controls it, okay. I got to find out who has control of the system. Well, you probably can purchase it when you get to Tanzania, G-Man. I'm pretty sure you can purchase it if you want to, G-Man, when you get to Tanzania. Because you got the Kenyan bank there in Tanzania, G-Man. You got that Kenyan bank. You have that Kenyan bank in Dar es Salaam. It's called Kenyan International Bank. Or bank. It's either called Kenyan International Bank or Bank of Kenya. So you can probably sign up when you get over there in Tanzania if you really want to look into it. See, there you go. I told you. You got a lot of white people in Kenya. A lot of them. I told you they wanted to turn Kenya to a white country, to Australia. That's a fact. That was the plans. Those were plans. A lot of white people didn't leave Kenya. A lot of white people didn't leave Kenya. A bunch of them stayed. And Kenya's a beautiful, modern country. Gorgeous, beautiful place. Beautiful. They expected it to be a white man's country. Back in 8 hours.